What is up there, you guys? Welcome back to Sylvester. In today's video, I'm going to be going over a new challenge that I thought up that I'm going to be doing for the coming months and coming years, off and on, from week to week. Now, this is the first in a series that I will be putting out as I have time. Now, there will be other videos interspersed between these, but this is going to be the first, and I will be putting out more as I have the time and as I have information on that topic. So here's the topic. Ready for this? I'm going to be showing you guys how to go from $0 all the way to $1 million in net worth. Now, there's obviously a lot more detail than that, but with that, let's jump right in. Okay, so a brief history as to this challenge. Now, I've always wanted to be a quote-unquote millionaire. And a millionaire simply means having a net worth of $1 million US or more. So due to inflation, modernization, internet, etc., it's getting easier and easier for people to go from $0 to $1 million. And a lot of people do it. I've seen people on YouTube go from 0 to 100, 0 to 1,000, 0 to 10,000 even. But I haven't seen anybody go from 0 all the way to $1 million. I've seen some people try, but they haven't gotten there yet. What sets me apart from everyone else on YouTube, though, is that I will be doing it for the very first time. Now, there's a famous saying that says, the first million that you earn is always the hardest million. And I think that there's a lot of truth in the fact that the first million is the hardest million. Because of this, I want to show you guys how I'm going to try and do that. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, I will not be doing videos on this every week, but I will be doing videos on this topic as I have material to share with you guys. So I'll be interspersing other videos and other content around this, but I will be working on this in the background the whole time. So to recap, my goal is $1 million, and the time frame that I'm setting for myself is 1 to 4 years. And I know that that's a very short time frame, but I think that it's possible to be done. And if it's not possible, well, I'll be like all the other YouTubers that have tried. Okay, so with that brief background, we need to talk about some rules, because the biggest thing about this is it is my very first million. So the first rule that I'm going to set is this. First, all methods of making money must be honest, legal, and not cause harm to anybody else or anything surrounding me or this channel or yada yada yada. Secondly, because this is my first million and not my 10th or whatever it is, I'm free to use any method of making money that I can possibly find out there. And this includes YouTube ad revenue, this includes working, this includes getting a job, whatever it may be. It's all fair game because the end goal is $1 million in net worth. So as you can expect, this will take time, and I'm going to try and break this up by doing videos on 0 to 100, or 0 to 1,000, or 0 to 10,000, etc. Alright, so with those two principal rules set, let me tell you how I want to accomplish this feat. So I have basically a three-pronged approach, and this approach is kind of general, but I'm going to be diving into it in a lot greater detail in the coming weeks. So the first prong is get a job. The second prong is invest or start a business. The third prong is do this YouTube channel. So in coming videos, I'm going to be covering each one of those three in depth, but I do want to give you a brief glimpse of what is coming, and also to give you guys kind of an idea of the three prongs that I'm taking to get to where I want to go. So let me actually go ahead and set the playing field a little bit more for you guys even more. What I would like to tell you guys is what is both going in my favor at this time and what is going against my favor. So I want to basically tell you guys what is going in my favor for earning $1 million and going against me earning $1 million. So let's do the four first. What's going for my favor or in my favor? So one of the biggest things that's going for me right now is that I still live with my parents. And this is huge because it keeps my expenses down or lower than what they could be. Now, this is only temporary for the next couple, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, but it is a very, very, very good thing to help me as I get started on this. The next thing going in my favor is that I just graduated college, and I'm going to be going through that in the next video, which is next week, about how I kind of educated myself and how I worked my way through college. But the nice thing is that I have a 2-year college degree now, which I can kind of use to apply towards this challenge a little bit. The third thing that I have going for me is that I have a ton of learning resources that I've acquired, whether it be books, whether it be online courses, look for a coming video on that, whether it be mentors, whether it be whatever it is, I've got a ton of resources available to teach me how to do this. Now, another thing that I have going in my favor is that I have zero debt of any kind yet. And I'll get into the yet later on, but I have zero consumer debt, zero student loan debt, zero debt right now. Another thing going for me is that I also have a big plan going forward that I've kind of gone through and hashed out and gone over and over and over just to make sure that I actually can do this. And so I have a concrete step-by-step plan for how I'm going to get from where I am now to where I want to be coming up. So I'm basically going to be taking this plan that I've come up with and just implementing this and working it from here on out. The second to last thing that I have going for me is that I have a strong desire to become financially independent. And this has been kind of fostered from about the age of 12. When I found the books that I talked about a couple episodes ago. The last thing is that this is an absolute perfect time to do this challenge because I have very little tying me down. I just graduated college and the possibilities right now are completely endless. Okay, so now for the against. Now, obviously, I am really nervous right now, and rightly so, because nobody has ever done this before and recorded it on YouTube for the entire world to see. Also, I'm heading into completely unfamiliar territory for a first-time YouTuber. I've never done this before, and it's kind of scary getting started for the first time. Also, becoming a millionaire takes a great deal of discipline and focus, and that can take a lot of time and effort and all those type of things. So that's something that's really going against me right now is my nervousness and fear of either failure or whatever it may be. Another thing that I have going against me right now is that I have several expenses which will only get bigger and bigger as time goes on. Now, this isn't a huge deal, but it is a big deal because right now I have very little cash flow coming in. Another thing that I have going against me right now is that I'm brand new. And that means that I will make tons of mistakes as I'm getting going, as I'm kind of perfecting my strategies, working on ideas, etc. But this is completely fine because it allows others to kind of learn along with me and to know that I'm actually really doing this and I'm a real guy and I still make real mistakes in the real world. Alright, so taking all of this into account, I think I'm about as ready as I will ever get to start this challenge. Okay, to start off with, I have started several small businesses, like micro businesses. I've worked my way through school, doing odd jobs, working summers, etc. After all my high school and college education and everything else, the YouTube filming gear, emergency fund taken care of, etc., I have about $1,000 that I will be putting exclusively toward this challenge.
Now some of you are thinking, hey, wait a minute, this is against the rules.
But on the other hand, if you think about it, it's completely fair because according to the rules, I'm allowed to make money any way I can because I've never actually become a millionaire before. So for this money, it's quite simple. I worked to get it. Another very important thing to note is that I have zero positive income sources at this point, and this means that I have zero income coming in any form whatsoever. This means I have no job, I have no stock income, I have no portfolio income, I have no real estate, I have nothing bringing in income right now. Now, this will change very shortly and possibly even as soon as next week, but it is what it is for now, and it's a great time to start the challenge because then you guys can see me as I form and kind of plan out and rehash through all of those income sources as they come up and as I create them. Alright, so at this point now, I think you have a pretty good idea of what sort of a base I'm dealing with to start this challenge off with. I think this is a pretty good place to wrap up this video, and in summary, I'm going to be going from $0 to $1 million in as short a time as possible. So I've worked and earned and scraped together $1,000 that I'll be using as seed money to start off this challenge with, and that's completely fine with the rules because I can earn money and I earn this money by working very hard for it. So with that, stay tuned for more. Also, one last thing to note, I'm going to be switching to only one video per week, and that's going to be coming out every Thursday. So once again, that's every Thursday I'm going to be coming out with a new video. And this is because I want as high a quality for you guys as humanly possible. So later on down the road, I will try and hire more people and get some people to do editing and filming and all that good stuff, but for now, it's going to be just every Thursday. Alright, that's it. So with that, like it if you like it, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll catch you next Thursday.